everyone, it's your girl Treasured Advisor, and today we'll be talking about the concept that I learned in life, and it will be something like an old saying. I'm not sure if you ever heard these sayings before. Let me know in the comments, but today I want to tell you what I learned from life.
Finesse and I had to do it. My dog was like Shag and Scooby. Just might let your daddy chew it. How you get hit for no money? But say put your bag into it. Ay, I live my life on the run, like it's an action movie. Yeah.
So the first thing is, if there's a new doctor in town, do not be the first patient, because usually the first patient is actually an experiment. And a lot of people like to say, oh, maybe every doctor. I'm not meaning that. When I say this concept, I mean that if there's anything else new in life, anything that is new, whether it is on food on the market or anything at all that is new to you, that is new, come out into this world, do not be the first to try it. Because usually these are experiments. And a lot of people won't agree with me, but it's actually true. In order for manufacturers or researchers to actually know if these things are effective, they have to try it out. They have to see. And even marketable business do it too. They'll be like, they'll put a new product on the market, and when you try it, they'll see if it's actually working. So let's say that they want to see if the customer actually liked it. And sometimes when you try these products, years later, you end up getting sick. So that's what we say, if there's a new doctor in town, do not be the first patient, because usually the first patient is actually an experiment. Businesses like this, we have to know what our products are doing to our customers. We have to know if a product will work or not work. We have to know what products our consumers like. We have to know all of these things. And in order for us to know, we have to put it out on the market. It's the same thing in life. When you see something new in your town, do not go and be the first to try it, because you may end up regretting it later. Let's say that a doctor just come in fresh from college, and everybody's so glad to see this doctor that is fresh from college, but you need to know that the experience is what counts in life. Experiences. So when this doctor come into the office now, it doesn't matter if they're out a long time ago, but if they're new to your town or they're new to your area, it doesn't matter. Do not be the first one to be their patient, because you would be an experiment. And what I mean by experiments is that sometimes they have to mess up a few people's life just to get their practice in order. Yeah, we have to mess up a few people's life. I'm sorry. It's just the life. It's just how life is. And a lot of people do it to you guys. They may not want to say it out loud, but a lot of people, we have to depend on the population for results and experiments. So yeah, that's how life is. And it leads to the next one is, if something is cheap, you have to question it, because nobody puts their hard-earned work so cheap. So sometimes when people want to be the first person to try this because it's so cheap, and they're saying, okay, well, this is cheap and I'll go for it, but it's probably not good. And when you try it and something happened to you, just like some people, they want to go to these butcher doctors that do surgery because they're cheap. But why are they cheap? The reason they're cheap is because they're not, they didn't work hard for it. They didn't pass all their exams. They probably cheat in a couple classes. They probably, a lot of people do things in the exam. So they didn't study or anything, and they come and give you surgery and they mess up your life. And why? Because you got it so cheap. But a person who actually went through all the struggles and pressures of life just to get something correct, they have their stuff more expensive. And that's why we want to say that you get what you pay for. So if you pay a little cheap stuff and you pay for a little cheap stuff, you'll get a cheap result. But if you pay for something expensive, you'll get an expensive result. So sometimes in life, when something's happened to you, you have to wonder, did I buy anything that was cheap? Yeah. The workers who are on the streets, people like to go to them because they're cheap, but what they don't understand is that they get a lot of viruses and bacteria and stuff like that. So yeah. And if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably not good or it's probably not true. So sometimes in life, you'll hear about a lot of offers, get rich quick, all this stuff and nonsense. And sometimes these things cause a lot of problem because they're not true and they're not good. Sometimes you see a product on the market and it looks so good, but when you actually gets it, it's actually not good. And the next one is that if you really want to control someone, you should not give them education. I think there's a correlation between rebelliousness and education. You see, I think that happens in a teenage world. When they get educated on certain things, they start to rebel. A lot of teenagers rebel just because of education. So when you start to be educated about certain things, you start to rebel. And I think this is happening in schools. I think a lot of schools don't realize this, but anywhere there's education, there's rebellion. A lot of people will rebel when it comes down to school. So you'll see a lot of people doing all kind of crazy stuff in college just because of education. That's the thing. So if you really want to control someone, just do not get education. It's the same thing with employer and employees. Employer won't really give you the education you need to become like them because you will get out of control and you will no longer work for them. So in order for them to control you, they just do not educate you. Simple. The next one is that money and religion do not mix. These two things do not go together, because wherever there's money, there's actually going to be problem. And religion and money do not go together. They do not go together. There's one gonna dominate, and usually it's the money. So if you see religion and money together, just know that it's the money is what causes the result. And I want to let you know that these things happen because I see a lot of, even religion, even church is a business. A lot of people are atheists, don't believe in God, but still run a church. Why? Because they want money. Can you believe that? So yeah, that's what I always say to you, that if you see somewhere called religion and you see money with the religion, do not go. If you really want true religion, do not go anywhere where money is with the religion. So if you see a religious opening at something and it has to do with something with money, just know. And the last one is nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is free. And I had to tell you this, I had to let people know this, because I found out too, nothing in life is free. And in order for you to go through in life, you're gonna have to live with this concept. When you want something, you're gonna have to actually work for it, because nothing in life is free. You have to work, you have to do something to get something in return. And you'll be like, well, I'm watching you for free. No, you're not watching me for free. Let me explain. You pay your internet bill, and what happens is that the internet server gets a cut of that money, and whatever you watch, the fee goes towards that. So if you're watching YouTube, your fee, the amount of time the length of time you stay on YouTube, it will be calculated into money, and the money will go to YouTube. If you stay on Instagram, the money will go to Instagram. If you stay on WhatsApp, the money will go to WhatsApp. That's how it is. Nothing in life is free. You're not even watching me for free. Hey, you watch me, and after a while, the money will be calculated and sent to me. It's simple. Nothing in life is free. You watch a movie, it is not free. You paid for it. So you should live by this concept, is that either you pay for it already or you pay for it later. And a lot of people were saying, well, I see people steal stuff and they get it for free. No, you didn't get it for free. You have to go through a lot of risk factors just to get it. And people will be like, sometimes I see people let criminals get away with a lot of stuff because they say that's affecting them. But I want to let you know that everything somebody does affects everybody. Just like, have you ever seen a pandemic? We're all connected in some ways. So you may feel like just letting the criminals run free and do whatever they want to your country and not care, because it isn't you, it affects you, it affects the economy. And that's what we want to stress so much, and just clean up the criminal cases, because when you let it go, it affects the economy. And when criminals steal from somewhere, they actually steal from you. Hey, when a criminal robs the bank, you guys have to actually pay him back for what the criminal does. But you won't feel it as much as it should, because it's all divided amongst thousands of you, million of you. So you might see a little $10 increase or a little $1 increase, and you're wondering what happens in the rate. Actually, the person robbed the bank and you had to pay back for what they did. That's the concept. So we're all connected in economy, and nothing in life is free. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And bye-bye.